Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch this. Is this an anti-LGBT? Wait, hold on.
It was the end of the day, and I was waiting for my bus with one of my friends.
Here, wait. I'm gonna make my thing real small, okay, so we can all appreciate the cutesy pseudo anime art. All right, look at that. Look, I'm like a little baby now.
When she began asking me random questions. All of a sudden, though, she asked, "Hey, have you heard of the LGBT plus community?" Yes, I had. Is this the last question? No, but almost. Do you support gay and lesbians? Like the people who are in the LGBT community?
Am I gonna be like bullying kids here? This sounds like it's video made by 13-year-olds for 11-year-olds. I'll shit on underage chuds too. I don't give a fuck. All right.
Do I give her my honest opinion?
Oh no.
Or should I lie? Maybe I should just tell her.
Coloring error! That should be brown. The bangs clearly come down beyond the eyebrow here. Why'd you stop? Coloring error! Look at this. I'm on to your fucking tricks.
Do I give her my honest opinion? Or should I lie? Maybe I should just tell her what I think will make her happy. But what if it's not the right answer she wants to hear? I mean, she's my friend. I'm sure it will be fine. After a quick pause, I gave her my reply. No. She tried to hide it, but I saw the shock on her face. She smiled awkwardly and said, "Oh, okay." I had no idea what that meant and thought of it as nothing more than an awkward and random conversation.
I mean, no, you just indicated that you don't like LGBT people. What? It's not an awkward conversation. If I had this conversation with somebody, even when I was younger, I had this fucking conversation with somebody, and they said no, I'd be like, well, okay.
We said bye to one another as she walked her way home, and I hopped on my bus.
Okay.
Before I went to bed, my mind kept replaying my friend's question, and why she acted so awkwardly to my answer.
I wonder why.
Why did she look like she was hiding something? Or what if she doesn't want to be my friend anymore?
Good.
Am I a bad person for not supporting the LGBT plus community?
Yes.
The biggest thing I couldn't get off my mind was her awkward smile hiding her true emotions from me. I thought about it the entire night until I fell asleep hoping it was just a harmless question.
This really does feel like some Telltale shit. Like, Life is Strange. I feel like I'm watching, Babby's first Life is Strange.
And she'd forget about it tomorrow. I walked through the hallway saying hello to my classmates and friends, and every time I did, they brush me off or give me a dirty look.
I know exactly how this is gonna go, okay? The message of this story is gonna be that everyone just has their own opinions and you should respect them because this brave girl dared to stand up against the hegemonic LGBTQA plus IAQPLOPQ MLNOP QRSTUZ WX Y and Z agenda. Everyone ostracized her. I bet the story is going to be like someone gave her a whirly in the toilet, where you grab their head and you stuff it in the toilet and you flush, and while the toilet swirls flushing and the floating turds are scraping against their cheek and brushing against their lips, you're vomiting and it splutters against the whirlpool of water and you get splashed back into your nose of flecks of shit and vomit and stuff like that. That's what we're gonna get from this, okay? That's what's gonna happen.
I even had a few people ignore me and whisper something to someone else right in front of me and then walk away. Did I do something wrong? Why are people giving me these mean looks?
Well, I know people like me. I'm just a little bit bigoted. I'm just a little bit bigoted.
Finally, I saw my friend who asked me the question the other day and nervously said, "Hi." She automatically replied, "Get away from me!" I backed up in shock.
Okay, I admit, I'm 25 years old. I'm a boomer. But I went to a pretty liberal high school. I was in Beverly Hills, okay? It was pretty liberal. And I guarantee you, if you had a convo with a friend and you were like, I don't really like the LGBT thing, and then you came in the next day, the whole fucking school would not be turned against you. The fuck is this propaganda shit? Yeah, the fucking LGBT mafia coming in to collect. Blah, blah! Fuck, coming in hot. Jesus Christ.
We were fine the other day. At least, I thought we were fine. What? What did I do? At this point, everyone had their eyes on us, waiting to see what would happen.
Wait, what? Everyone in the hallway is watching you two? Wait, so like the rumor spread. Even though, so hold on, I got a nitpick, okay? So apparently you had this parting conversation with your friend on the bus out from school, and between you saying goodbye to your friend and the next morning at 8 a.m., everyone in the school has not only been made aware of this, but everyone is so invested in this dilemma that they'll watch you expectantly to see how the conversation goes between you and your friend. Okay.
How dare you not support gays or lesbians? What? Why did you tell everyone? I thought you were my friend. How can I be friends with someone who doesn't support what I or all of us do? You're a monster and unaccepting of other people's preferences. You just don't fit in with the rest of us anymore.
And as I came to class the next morning, I opened the front doors, and instead of seeing a crowd of disillusioned, sleepy high schoolers meandering about the lockers, I instead saw the interior of a courtroom. Hundreds of students lined up against the lockered walls, the administrators of the school overseeing from a stack of chairs they had piled up to near the ceiling, and the prosecutor, my friend. "Why?" my friend cried from down the hall. "Why did you betray the hegemonic value of the LGBT?" I broke down into tears. Samantha, I thought we were friends. "No one can question the authentic..." Like, okay.
At this point, everyone gave me a dirty look and agreed with her. It was like I had committed some kind of sin and didn't deserve to be around everyone else. In an instant, I was the worst person in the entire school. The only thing I could do was run into the bathroom. I cried.
You hear this? 21st century, folks. Now it's the homophobes who are oppressed.
So hard, so much, and so loud. Someone in the other stall heard me and told me to shut up.
But they sent agents to the bathroom as well. Even in there, I had no respite. They brought their hammers out and clattered against the stall walls, flecks of paint and bits of dented metal flying off and hitting me in the eye.
I felt so ashamed of myself for not supporting or accepting the LGBT plus community.
Okay, good.
I hated myself for not lying and saying I did support them. I wanted to go home so badly, but there was no way I could.
Can we go over why you don't support them? Is this something maybe we can discuss? Can you maybe say, like, what, do you think they're, like, icky? What, like, why?
The rest of the day was just as bad, if not worse. People mocked me and called me homophobe, which wasn't true at all.
This is literally just a high production alternate universe Tumblr like green text post. You guys realize that, right? This is literally like the fucking poly queer transkin gender dynamo black queer disabled femoid went onto the bus and tried to sit down, but a greasy neckbeard fedora wearing person with a red pill shirt had his legs stretched across the seat. I said, hey, could I have that seat? And he said, "Your identity isn't valid, bitch." And then the person next to him said, "Listen up, Sonny, that was dumb and bad." The red pill fedora man ran out crying, and the bus driver and everyone else clapped, and the man who told the fedora man hat off said, "And you can have my seat." And he was actually, you guessed it, Barack Obama. The seat was presidential. I don't know.
I tried to tell them that it was my personal preference to not support it, but it didn't mean I hated people who are gay or lesbian. I had never felt so alone, so
Cool.
I decided I had to tell my parents what was happening to me at school. But would they yell at me for having these opinions? Or worse still, they might hate me.
Where did you get these opinions from? This is really important. Like, oh, I don't hate gay people. I just don't support them, and I'm doubling down on this. And oh, if only I had lied to. Like, wait, can the video give an explanation? Is it because they're icky? Please, I'm genuinely curious how you can contextualize this to further this victim narrative you're playing.
I entered my kitchen to see both of my parents sitting there.
Oh God. Do you think? Okay, wait. Bets in chat. Do you think the parents are going to double down on her and shit on her for this too, or do you think the parents are going to be like, "We support you for who you really are," and the big message will be that nowadays coming out as homophobic is harder than coming out as gay? Is that going to be the turnaround?
Even though I tried to find the words to tell them I needed to talk, all I could find were tears. Both of them quickly stood up and came to the door where I was standing to comfort me. My mom asked me what was wrong.
Do neither of your parents work? You just came home from school. It's like 3 p.m. Where you're fucking... Are you rich?
And I began to explain. I told them the question my friend asked the day before, and then my answer. That I just didn't agree with the LGBT plus community. To my delight, my mom and dad, they reassured me that it was okay to have different opinions to other people about things like sexuality, religion, and politics.
I love the... I knew it. I knew how this was going to be framed. That LGBT people say they want tolerance and equality, but now they're treating the homophobes the same way that they used to be treated. Now they truly are the bigots. This is disgusting propaganda. All right, this is like aimed at kids. Isn't this like a kids channel? This is kind of fucked. How many kids do you think watched this and like came away with the message that this person is trying to deliver? This video has like 1 million views. Oh my God. This video has 1 million views and it came out 5 days ago. Ugh. I don't like that. It's getting some pushback in the comments section, which is nice, but... Ooh, God.
Just as long as you are not rude or disrespectful towards them.
Nothing's not disrespectful about believing people don't have a right to exist.
Unfortunately, the kids at my school didn't see it that way. My old friends would either turn their backs on me to ignore me, or worse, mutter mean words under their breaths as they passed me in the hallways.
Cool, good.
Their words would cut through me to my core.
Oh.
I would come home every day, head straight for my room, and cry.
Okay, good.
My parents would ask, "Darling, what's wrong?" But I couldn't bring myself to tell them how bad things had become.
Maybe rethink your opinions? You could do this with literally anything. And I was at the bus stop and my friend said, "Hey, have you heard about the Third Reich? You're not a big fan of Hitler, are you?" I panicked internally. Do I lie or do I share my truth values with them? After welling up my courage, I looked her in the eye and said, "Yes, I do support the Third Reich. I believe that Germany needs Lebensraum to ensure the propagation of an Aryan race across Europe and beyond." My friend gave me an awkward smile. Like that you could do the literal exact same thing here. Oh, why is everyone being mean to me with my armband and the goose step? Why?
Over the next few months, my school life was miserable. No one was interested in hearing my opinion or reasons. All they cared about was their own.
Oh, wait, what opinion or what reasons? What reasons?
Things had become so bad at school that my grades started to slip.
Cool.
I just couldn't concentrate, and no one wanted to work with me or help me in class.
Cool.
Eventually, the school's head had noticed something wasn't right and called my parents in for a meeting. I was nervous, scared even, that my parents would be mad at me for me letting this affect my grades. But after seeing how bad things had become and how unhappy I was, they both agreed that the best thing for me would be to move schools and have a fresh start. A year has passed since I moved schools, and...
My new classmates are much more tolerant of my views. Tomorrow, Jordan is inviting me out to a bonfire where we're going to well, let's just say we've got a surprise for Timmy and the date he's bringing.
And I've made great new friends, all with different views and opinions. I still have the same views, but I've realized that there are better ways to express them. I look back on that day my friend asked me my opinion, and maybe if I hadn't been so short in my answer and turned it into a discussion about our different opinions, things could have been different. The way my new friends accept different opinions by discussing them rather than turning them into a witch hunt and isolating the person with a different opinion has made me feel so at home.
This is so ham-fisted. And the way in which my new friends don't report my videos on YouTube and instead engage in discussion in the comment section, but make sure not to report me or ever launch like hate thread tweets at me. The way they did that made me so much happier. Jesus Christ.
I have learned that people will always have different opinions in life, but that is fine. Just because a friend doesn't agree with you doesn't mean you can't be friends. You should be open with each other and discuss your differences. The world doesn't need to be any more divided than it already is. And if it turns out you still don't get along with someone after hearing their opinion, you can still be respectful. Saying mean things to them is bullying, and even though they might look fine on the outside, inside, they could be really hurting.
Fine. Good. The worst part about this is the fact that this message could have actually come across like fine even in the same content if they had changed the way in which it was delivered. Like, what if the message was like, hey, there was a kid in the school who had friends and they were like kind of a homophobe, and as soon as it came out everyone was just really shitty about it, but then the shittiness only reinforced the person's negative values about gay people because it made them feel like a persecuted minority. So by being a little bit more forthright with the discussion, actually challenging their views rather than just shitting on them for having them, we were able to change that person's mind, and now they don't dislike gay people. See, through the dialogic process, we have arrived at a better resolution, synthesis. But like the same message could have come across just fine if this weren't a very obvious like anti-LGBT hit piece.